guys, just going to do a little update on things that have changed on the bus over the course of the year since I've been on the road. So I'll start with the exterior, just kind of walk around and show you what's different. So here on the passenger side, it's the new output for the exhaust. It used to be on the other side, and then up here is just a ring that I put in that will connect. Well, it connects to another ring. I'll show you back here on the wheelchair lift. That's up there on the upper right corner. When the wheelchair lift is dropped down, I can hang the hammock between those two. So that's nice to be able to hang the hammock without having a tree or anything. Got a mount for the TV that I can hang out here, so I can sit outside and watch Formula One or other stuff. I can also use it when I'm parked at the shows. I can put the Liberation video or other videos I have playing outside. And this is just the feed for the shortwave antenna that's up on top. It's a multi-element little antenna, mag mount. Got my country flags and CCTV sign, and then the angle mort sign that you need if you're over 3.5 ton in France. So I have 3 of those where they're supposed to be. Put the 4 flashing lights up top. Got the London to Turin sticker on my passenger side sun visor. And then down on the driver's side, I've got the US states flags. And not much. Oh, I got the solar panels on the roof, obviously. The 4 new ones. So 2 on each side, slightly angled. And then this is the 240 outlet or input. That's the shore power connection for that. And this is where the buried in there, the 2 gas low propane tanks that I had installed. And then, of course, my collection of stickers that are constantly being updated. So I will go inside and I'll show you the details of some of those changes. So in the garage, we've got the 240 or 220, the European power circuit. So it comes in, can we see it under here? Way in the back there, that's where it comes in from the outside. When I plug into shore power, it comes up into typical UK breaker box here, and then jumps out into 2 outlets. This comes from the inverter if I'm not plugged in. If I am plugged in, I unplug that, and this feeds the 12-volt battery charger. So I'll plug this in if I'm plugged into shore power. And then the 12-volt battery charger is this Fogstar 20 amp. And then I also upgraded to a 60 amp battery to battery charger for when I'm driving. I did that before I updated the solar panels, so I probably won't be using that a lot. because the solar panels do a great job of keeping the lithium batteries charged up. But it's still there if I need it. So that's the power upgrades to the workshop area. I've also bought new fire extinguishers and fire blankets. Found the fire blankets at a Little, I believe. And the fire extinguishers, I think those were in France. And then the fire extinguishers bought in, at least one of them I bought in Ireland. So another change I did on the outside was made an adapter for the gray water dump and just connected a short hose to it so that I can dump the gray water either if I'm a short distance from where the drain is, I can do that, or in this case the owner just said dump it in by the trees, so I can basically open drain. So while I'm parked here, the drain is just open. Okay, so inside the bus, we'll start at the front here, and I've added the suicide knob to the steering wheel. That's the inside of the sun visor. I haven't really changed much up here in the cab. I'm going to start using this whole panel for magnets. Kind of running out of room on the other side, so I got plenty of real estate here to fill up. Here's a new little sign I bought the other day. And then as we come into the bus, I did secure the shortwave radio receiver here on top of the cabinet. It can come off and go underneath. It's just got some heavy-duty Velcro under the wood straps there, so that can still be stored underneath the bottom. One of my most recent changes is I upgraded the stereo speakers in the front here to some really good ones. I had some inexpensive Best Buy ones that I bought in the States, which I still have a pair in the garage, and that works fine, for general use. But these are much better quality, so the more time I spend in here, the better quality I would like. Didn't show you the antenna. I'll get that as well, but that's the Wi-Fi router that takes I've got a Labara SIM in there right now, and that's got a little plastic antenna on the roof, so that gives me Wi-Fi in the bus. I've got a electric hob for the 240 or 220 power for the UK power. The 110 one I had didn't seem to be working anymore, so I just bought a cheap one. Seems to work well. The 12-volt outlet for my computer plug. I added this whole shelf up here for extra pantry room. That was an IKEA cabinet that Steve and I cut down and mounted. I've also found a good place for some more of my toys. So I got my rally cars and ambulances, my double-decker bus, and hearses and other interesting rigs there. I also moved the fridge out from under it was underneath here, underneath the kitchen cabinet, kitchen sink. So that's where the fridge is now, and my other appliances, ice cube maker, and there's a box of something. Oh, I bought a spare diesel heater and 12-volt water pump for the water system in the bus, the living area here, and that's stored underneath there. And my turntable, USB turntable. So I've moved my fridge out here, built a shelf for the microwave. It makes it much more convenient. That's the far switches for the UK 220 inverter, so I can run that. So that's the outlet strip for that, and there's a 12-volt distribution USB block, so so I can charge multiple items at once. The little box, ammo box I bought in France. I have my toolbox and laundry, grocery bags in there. In the bathroom here, the only real upgrade is my new toilet paper holder, repurposed fire extinguisher. Back here in the bedroom area, excuse the mess, I just did laundry, so the bed's kind of discombobulated. I took out the upper bunk and put in 2 shelves and fabricated 2 bookshelves, as you can see. Again, this is the curtain basically to the garage, so that's our ventilation, and in the worst case access to the garage if I need to, just a screen once I open the window. But hanging the clothes there make a good curtain. And I also bought some blackout curtains for the bathroom and the bedroom here. This is the 2000 watt inverter for the UK European power. And previously I already had the 3000 watt for the US. And that is the new solar controller for the new panels I have. And I also added cutoff switches and fuses for both of them. I had a cutoff switch for the other solar controller after the feed, but decided to move it before the feed, which makes more sense. At this end of the bed, I have switches. This obviously turns on the fan. And then a little LED light. And this switch is for the battery to battery charger. If I want to use it while I'm driving, I turn this switch on and then flip a switch on the dashboard that will supply power to feed the charger. This is the idiot alarm I installed because of an incident in France, and I'll go ahead and toot it. It just toots a horn that I installed underneath. So that way I can hopefully scare people off if they're around the bus when I'm in bed. And then on the back side of the new pantry are shelves I made for more of my toys. So the Bugatti's one of the newest acquisitions. It didn't have a windshield when I bought it, and I found another Matchbox that had a windshield, so I modified it, and I think it looks pretty decent. So then I have the CCTV camera, which I plug into USB power if I'm leaving the bus, and it will notify me on my phone if it detects motion. And I think I can talk back to it. I haven't tried that yet though. So one cool piece of technology I have while I'm out on the road, so in this case sitting here at Iron Bridge, is I can watch the bus. I've got a CCTV in there connected to my router, so I can watch a live picture, and I can even move the camera around, and it does a little 12-second recording when people walk by. Oh, there's someone walking by now. So it will alert me when it detects motion. So I think those are the major upgrades I've done to the bus since I've been on the road for a year. Just makes it more livable for me and puts things where I end up using them. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on my next adventure.